reactions from across the state. Our teams from South Central to the interior have been watching closely. That includes the NEA Alaska.
The governor blasting the state's largest teachers union as special interest. They told our investigative reporter Johnson Kuhn where they're headed after the veto. Johnson.
The NEA Alaska Union president said, unlike the governor's version, his more than 11,000 members are committed to finding an education funding solution after the veto, which some have applauded, others deeply disappointed.
It's an unexpectedly sad day. The governor told us what he's going to do. He's done it.
Anchorage parent Jeff Braun has 3 daughters in the district. He says he and his wife are frustrated knowing their kids will face another school year with cuts to programs they feel are vital. Meantime, NEA Alaska President Tom Claymeyer called the veto disgraceful and disappointing.
The governor has been willing to simply, frankly, just hear himself talk while at the same time undermining the foundation of our public schools by defunding them. And we've been there all along pointing that fact out.
3 years in a row, he has voted against my kids, your kids, all of our kids. He's voted against education funding. He's voted against economy. He's voted against our future as a state.
But not everyone feels that way. Anchorage resident Scott Widener saying on the Alaska's News Source Facebook page, he feels blank checks are not the way to fix what he called a failure of this education system. Going on to say, quote, a majority can't read or do basic skills at grade level. Teachers with hands tied by administrators. If kids can't pass classes, they'll flunk. The days of passing kids through the system needs to stop. Start budget cuts from the top down and reallocate funds to needed areas. The NEA Alaska president says members are keeping an open mind about the governor's alternative bill if it's similar to past compromises. Johnson Kuhn, Alaska's News Source.
All right, so what is in the governor's new bill?
Now, his staff gave Alaska's News Source a copy.
The BSA increase is actually $560 per student. We did hear the governor mention $700 today. That's what they say they consider when consider the total when these things are added.
Now, that includes reading programs, almost $22 million in K-6 performance-based funding, and more than $13.5 million homeschool correspondence funding. Complete details on our website and mobile app.
And our complete coverage continues as we cover the interior,
where Fairbanks education leaders told Alex Bangle specifically why they're concerned.
Veto disappointment from the Fairbanks School Board as members say the district needs at least $680 per student in additional state funding to avoid further cuts in an already tough year. Coping with a $16 million deficit, the Fairbanks School District has already voted to close 3 elementary schools next year, outsource its custodial staff, and eliminate around 150 jobs from next year's budget, including 53 teachers. Board member Morgan Dulian saying she's not surprised by the governor's decision, but that public schools are grossly underfunded in Alaska.
We cannot expect to have increased outcomes if we say that we aren't going to fund them. So I don't believe that policy and funding are mutually exclusive.
In its recommended budget, the district assumes a $680 per student funding increase. If more money comes their way, that money will go toward keeping the students per classroom as low as possible. School Board President Melissa Burnett, meanwhile, saying she supports both the BSA increase and the governor's policy proposals, including open enrollment.
I've always been a big supporter of education funding, and I did support the $1,000 increase, but my support of the $1,000 increase for me personally came with the policy that was attached.
If no added money comes out of Juneau this year, Burnett says program cuts and even further school closures might be necessary. Along with policy changes, Governor Dunleavy is asking for a $700 increase to the BSA. Alex Bengal, Alaska's News Source.